Hello and welcome. This is Roofmonger with another video from Marvel vs. Capcom today, and today we're going to be talking about team building. What teams, what people complement with other people, and what you should be building around. Now, first things first, and I know this goes without saying, but we got to say it anyways, play who you want. It doesn't matter if your team has no synergy, if it's the people you want to play it. Now, that's out of the way, and now you know playing who you want for friggin' suckers. Let's learn how to really make a team. Now, for the team building process, there's quite a bit of factors at play, because it's not just as simple as, say, you pick someone to cover the other guy's weaknesses. Now, when you play, you're probably picking with someone in mind, perhaps your favorite character, and you want someone to complement them. So, also on top of, say, building around their weaknesses, you can also necessarily build around their strengths. So, say we have Hulk. Hulk is obviously slow, so, the idea would be, oh, I'm going to pick a tag partner for Hulk. He's awful quick, and he's going to get around for Hulk's weaknesses of being slow. But instead of you can go to amplify Hulk's strengths of being, big hitboxes and being very scary to be beside. So you can go with, say, a teleport and immediately teleport Hulk in, or teleport and then immediately tag Hulk, and Hulk's there in front of them, and that's the end of that. Now Hulk's the teleporter is basically Hulk's delivery service, because once they're beside him, Hulk gets the tag in right beside them. And there's also the concept of building around your stone instead of just building around a specific character. So, Reality Stone, honestly, kind of a bit universal. Everyone can benefit, at least as far as I've seen. But say something like the Time or Space Stones, they kind of demand a more team fitting to them. So, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to give 7 examples of teams where 2 characters can either complement each other through either gameplay or a gimmick or whatever, and examples of some teams based around stone usage. So we're going to have 7 guys up, and let's get into it. So the first team here I actually have is the one I got selected right now, so Dante and Frank. So Frank's main strength comes from, you can see he has a level above where his name is. He's currently level 3. The higher level he is, the stronger everything gets. His normals, his specials, everything. New moves unlock as you level up. It's just basically a whole process, so the more he can level up, the better. And he levels up by taking pictures. And the better pictures you can take, which is the pictures mechanic is based off basically damage dealt in a combo, so just taking pictures raw doesn't usually do too much. It works out great. So Frank has a new addition in this game, which is the camera podium, which sits there for a little bit, takes a picture. Putting out raw ain't worth much, because it can just be hit out of the way. So we want to take away to make sure we can guarantee that and get our pictures taken. So in comes Dante, which makes him a great partner for Frank, because Dante has the $1 million super, the one you've seen a million times sure, where he just shoots and shoots and shoots and shoots and shoots. So during this process, we're going to tag in Frank, and we're going to start taking pictures. Boom, level 5, 1 combo. He was at level nothing before, and now he's level 5. So that's what I'm talking about, where if we can get $1 million with Dante, Frank is already at max. And now, instead of his little piddly plungers, we're busting out chainsaws. And now Frank's a real threat, when before he was just a regular man. So that's one team example. So our next example up here is Haggar Ultron. So besides obviously Haggar slow, Ultron fast, cover each other that way. Haggar, one of his most important moves is the spinning lariat. It's basically the most invincible move in the game. But Haggar himself can't get much off of it, because one, it launches him airborne, and he's obviously got to recover. So generally by himself, the most he can ever get is a super follow-up. Now, since it knocks them so high in the air, you need someone who can kind of work with that, and then we have Ultron, because Ultron can totally work with that. Ultron! So you see here, we just turned that purely defensive option into a massive offensive combo, and that's all thanks to Ultron and his air mobility. So that's why I think he would make a great partner for Haggar. Now here's a team simply honestly based off a dumb gimmick. So Hulk's Meteor Smash, owns a massive part of the screen, you see here. And if you were to do something like Meteor Smash, Tag, people are generally going to stay still because, you know, they got the biggest hitbox in the world coming on their head. So what we have Doctor Strange here for is to gimmick the crap out of it. So now we have Hulk. We're just going to raw Meteor Smash mid-screen. We're going to tag out, wait for Doctor Strange, and we're going to change sides. And see here, I did a bit slow, but it's basically cross-up. And if you do it on the right time, they now have to block the giant Meteor Smash cross-up. And of course you can get a follow-up too. Into whatever. I've not really optimized the combo honestly on this particular setup. But yeah, so if the gimmick's good enough, you can build a whole team around it. So if you got bar to burn, Hulk can just say, hey, I'm just going to Meteor Smash mid-screen. I'm going to force you to guess left-right. And that can be very annoying. The next team combination we're going to try out here is a stone-based team. So we're going to have Strider and Gamora. So they both have installs which are down both hits. And both of their installs both let you fill the screen with garbage, basically. So what we're going to do here, and you can do it raw or you can do it when a person dies because it is Soul Stone, doesn't really matter either way. You tag in with Soul Stone. The one input will activate both their installs. And then you can just fill the screen with an unholy amount of trash. Because Gamora doubles up whatever she's doing, and every button press will make Strider shoot his Ouroboros lasers. So while you have the Soul Stone up and both these people have their installs on, you can fill the screen with like Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and 3 levels of garbage. Our next team here is Thanos Morrigan, and the idea of this team is for Morrigan to help bring a lot more offensive power to what Thanos already has. So Thanos has a built-in overhead teleport here, so if we just teleport and kick, it's an overhead kick. In and of itself, honestly, not too scary, it's very obvious, and it's going to be very easily blocked most of the time. Now, with Morrigan, we can completely change the dynamic of that. So we can do this, tag in as the kick happens, call Morrigan, and then we have a three-way mix-up. So since that move is obviously an overhead, we can call in, tag, and hit low. We can call in, tag, and hit overhead with her tri-jump. So I'll try it one more time real quick. So there we go, we have a tri-jump here with Morrigan. So far we got low, we got overhead, and we can also add cross-up to that. And you see there, so quick little cross-up combo. So that turns Thanos' teleport kick from just a mere side switch overhead, which, you know, is slow and will catch people every now and then, but most of the time very much not, into a vicious three-way setup, and all of which will hit if the original kick hits, which is great, and if not, they still gotta guess the second layer of the mix-up, which is now overhead, low, or cross-up. And Morrigan's mobility options make this possible. So that's our example of this team. So our next team idea is another stone-based team, this time based off the Space Stone. So the Space Stone can pull people in against their will. And Rocket is one of the best examples of being able to really punish people for moving in, which is his landmines. So he can bring in those landmines against your will. And he can put up either the regular landmines or the super landmine or whatever. It doesn't really matter. So the partner to that is Thor. And Thor, the reason here is once these landmines set, people are just going to, honestly, for the most part, just try to give up and just try to block them, right? They're just going to down back and wait for you to pull them in, and then, you know, minimal effect. The crazier they are, the more likely they're going to get hit, so take the safe bet. So Thor, what he adds to that is, once the mines are in place, you don't need to be the active man, or rather, active racoon, I suppose, to pull them into the mines. So Thor can do that just fine. And what Thor's job is now is to scare people from wanting to down back and playing it safe. Because if we're playing it safe, you're down backing, and then Thor can just dash in, grab a command throw. That really punches those down backers and get like a small combo off of it. See here. So once again, set those landmines up, you can tag out, Thor's the guy to bring them in, and they start being very defensive and just waiting to block them, you can just dash in and grab them. And that'll encourage them to play crazy again, which will make the mines all more effective. When they start playing crazy, they're more prone to run to those mines. And our last team idea here is the least inventive and least inspired of all of them, but perhaps the most effective. That's simply just pick 2 good characters. You don't need a lot of synergy. Like, at this point in the game, I don't think anyone's going to argue Dormammu and Captain Marvel are both fantastic characters. Pick them together. Any 2 characters that you just know to be good. Life will find a way. You don't always need a gimmick to make a team go. You just need something solid. And these are 2 characters that'll bring you something solid. So I hope some of those examples could help you out and maybe expand your mind to what's possible. So once again, I'd say just pick 1 core character you really like. And the partner honestly should just be someone who can either enhance what they do or just play well with what they got. Maybe it's a particular gimmick like the Thanos thing, or what have you, but just someone who can complement the way you like to play with the character you like to use. If you want to be famous, you know, play an oddball team, well, won't get much more oddball than Firebrand Spencer, so maybe try that out. But yeah, anyways, I hope this video found you well. Thank you very much for watching. Go out and play some Marvel.